What's up, everybody? Christian James here. Today's video is some of the best and worst police work I've ever seen. All right, there's a gentleman, seems to be a little slow, Forrest Gumpish. He's having a breakdown and he has a large knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
In this, you get three cops who completely understand the situation. They understand the plot. And then Officer Dewey shows up at the last moment and does exactly what nobody is supposed to do in any situation ever, by making it way, way worse. Just like that. Let's take a look.
The morning of February 27th, local resident Audrey Jones called 911 and told the dispatcher that her brother, Stephen, needed help. Stevie Jones was in the middle of a mental health crisis. He had been acting erratically with a knife, and Audrey specifically asked the dispatcher for an ambulance to respond to the Blue Hills Avenue area of Hartford. But instead of an EMS response, Officer Josue Charles of the Hartford Police Department arrived on the scene and was later joined by several other officers.
Now, I do agree, if somebody, regardless of the situation, if they have a weapon, the police have to show up, right? It does make, if you have a weapon and they call two mental health experts, so psychiatrists, psychologists, whatever, social workers, if they're not also police officers, you're just having two people, one person go to where a person's under crisis and with a large weapon. So it's fair to say that a police officer should be in the area.
Hold on, drop the knife. Drop the knife first. Have him drop the knife. What's his... Hey. Drop. All right, he's coming toward you.
Now, what this woman's about to do in the background for the majority of the video, ladies, I'm talking to ladies, don't do this. Don't just scream, okay? It's already a high-stress situation. The sound of squawking makes it harder to focus on what you're trying to do as a person. If it's high stress, don't squawk. I know you think you're helping by saying this over and over again. It's not helpful, okay? It's really not helpful. You got to just learn that if you have nothing constructive to do, just be a bystander and watch.
Drop the knife.
See, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh.
I'm not going to shoot him. Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
That's hard on the ears. That's real hard on the ears. For real.
Drop the knife, please. Drop the knife. Drop the knife. I'm just creating distance. Drop the knife. Taser.
It's having no effect. He's a large dude. You probably just hit him in the fat.
We don't want to shoot you. We don't want to shoot you. You gotta drop it.
Shit's ineffective.
You gotta drop it. My man, you gotta drop it. You gotta drop it. We don't want to shoot you. We don't want to, bro. You gotta drop it.
Drop the knife.
Drop it.
Drop the knife.
You don't want to get shot. You don't want to get shot. Come on. Drop the knife. We don't want to do that. Can you just drop the knife for me, my man?
Drop the knife.
Just drop it.
Still screaming in the background. Still screaming.
Just drop it. Just drop it. My man, you don't want to get shot. Think about it. Drop the knife. We're just gonna get you help. We're gonna get you help. Just drop it.
Now, and what's about to unfold here, these three cops seem to have the situation on lock. They seem to have Steven under control. So what you're about to see is exactly, in my opinion, what you want to see. Until Officer Dewey arrives in like 3 minutes or so.
My man, we're good. Yo, look at me. We're here to help you. We're here to help you. Just drop it. Just drop it. We're just going to get you to the hospital. We're going to talk to somebody. Your family wants you to get help. What's your name, my man? What's your name? What's your name? Stevie. What's his name? Stevie? Stevie, can
Drop
you
the
drop
knife.
Stevie, you gotta drop it. You gotta drop it.
See, again, not overreacting, calm, cool, collective, doing exactly what a police officer should do.
You got Stevie, you gotta drop it.
Stevie!
You gotta drop it.
Stevie!
Stop panicking.
Drop the
Understand
knife.
that they still
Hey.
have ultimate
You gotta
control.
drop it.
He's
You
slow,
gotta drop it.
physically and mentally.
Stevie,
so
watch
they're
that.
not really worried about
Stevie!
getting rushed.
Drop the knife! Come on, baby! Come on!
Stevie, you're okay.
No one's shaking. Everyone's under control.
Stevie, look. They're trying to help you. They're trying to help you. They want to help you. Just drop it and we'll help you. Stevie, drop it. We're going to put the guns away and that's it.
See, at this point, you can see the neighbors are getting back in. It's more of a community effort now to help out Stevie. This is exactly how it should be done, right? The people who can keep people physically safe, people who understand the individual trying to intervene. Because again, well, I don't know what he is, but at this point, he just looks like he's kind of distraught. He doesn't look like he's real dangerous. The knife makes everybody dangerous. But overall, he's not showing anything that would make him, a threat to society, if you will. He's a threat in the moment, but again, not really. He's not quick. He's not fast. He doesn't have access to a car. He does not have a gun. Yeah, he has a large gun, or a large knife, excuse me. But again, the situation for the most part is contained.
Stevie, just drop it.
come on, drop
Just
the knife.
drop it. It's all done, Stevie. It's all
good.
over with, Steve.
Good job,
See,
Stevie!
even the tone, right?
Stevie, come on!
You gotta drop it.
Yeah, guess I need Stevie.
That lady's still
Stevie,
screaming.
it's
Don't
over
do
with.
that.
It's
Don't
over
do
with.
that.
Just drop it and let's go get help.
Just drop the
All right?
knife, Stevie. Okay? Stevie, drop the knife.
Stevie, you're okay.
Do you have another taser?
You're okay. Can you drop it for me, Steve? Stevie, can you drop it, my man? What's going on with you?
Here we go. Okay, so come on, jump
Drop it.
corner.
Just drop it so we can help you.
12.
You got a big knife in your hand. You got to drop it so we can help you. Okay?
12:25.
All right, Steve? Steve, you're okay. We're going to make sure you're okay. Just drop the knife.
Drop the knife, Stevie. Hey!
We're going to go talk to somebody, okay?
Hey, drop the knife!
Stevie,
Drop the knife!
just
Stevie,
stop
drop
it.
the knife,
No,
all right?
just drop it.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
Stevie,
Stevie!
See? The cop in the middle is even trying to talk, for no reason. They have his attention. He's calming down. And for no reason, you go over there, and instead of just keeping your distance and making sure, again, nothing goes wrong, it's 3 guns to 1 knife, you Officer Dewey the fuck out of it.
Drop the knife!
Stevie,
Drop the
Stevie.
knife!
No,
Stevie!
Stevie.
You're gonna get shot!
Stevie,
Drop the
right
knife!
now, right now.
All right,
Drop
look,
the
look,
knife!
look, everybody else kept
Drop
distance.
the
No
knife!
one
Stevie!
worried.
Drop it! Faster!
And here it
Stevie,
comes.
drop the knife!
Drop it.
Stevie!
Officer Magnano fired 9
9
shots and Stevie went down immediately. Officer Torres moved in to render aid and EMS arrived within 2 minutes. Stevie survived and made it to the hospital, but the damage was done and he succumbed to his injuries 5 days later on March 3rd, 2026. He was just 55 years old and like Everard, his death was also ruled a homicide. In the weeks that followed, Stephen's family and the Hartford community pushed hard for accountability. 6 days after his death, Stephen's family held a press conference to address the community and publicly state that they intended to pursue justice.
We've got calls from all over this nation pertaining to how individuals are dealt with in the mental health crisis. There seems to be a very, very serious situation here in Hartford, Connecticut.
Yes.
2 incidents with mental health crisis where there's no compassion, no concern, no love to...
Don't say that. The first 3 officers were doing exactly what they should do. They were calming Stevie down. It's the Officer Dipshit, Officer Dewey, who rolled in at the last moment and took 30 seconds to escalate and end that man's life. Escalate and end that man's life. 30 seconds from the time he arrived to the time the whole thing went down.
Protect and serve. They come to kill and destroy.
That doesn't help either.
Stephen's family brought out the big guns and retained well-respected civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who is basically an essential character in the canon of this channel at this point. And that's when things started to get really serious for the city of Hartford. On March 12th, the community gathered at the Hartford Town Hall to issue 5 formal demands to Mayor Arulon Arulamballum and the police chief. The demands were pretty simple. They wanted a public briefing within 7 days. They wanted both Officer Magnano and Officer Clifford to be terminated. They wanted the OIG investigations completed within 6 months. They wanted full and permanent funding for mental health crisis response teams. And they wanted full activation of Hartford's Civilian Police Review Board.
Yeah, see, you don't get that. That's not how that works. You don't get to make these demands. Yes, you're upset that your loved one got shot. Yes, that singular cop from the 3 I saw, tell me if I'm wrong. I saw 1 out of the 4 that was a problem, but somehow they want 2 of them fired. Maybe there's other things I didn't see. Maybe the other cop shot when he shot. I don't know. But from what I saw, that was 1 individual. That individual needs to be removed from police force. But at the end of the day, you can't make all these requests because, unfortunately, your loved one died. Like, you can make a civil suit for money, but
if we don't look out for our own public safety and speak up and organize and do these things will continue. And I don't want to live in a city where I have to raise my kids where I can't let them go outside, or I have to have uncomfortable conversations about the police department and police officers, right? 65 to 70% support the firing of the officers involved.
The North Hartford Public Safety Coalition plans to share its demands. It comes after they went door to door at more than 100 homes and spoke with people who they say overwhelmingly told them they now feel unsafe in their neighborhood. On March 3rd, Hartford Mayor Arulon Arulamballum released a video on social media.
As mayor, let me say that here in the city of Hartford, we hold our police officers to the highest level of conduct.
The mayor publicly stated that he was committed to safety, accountability, and transparency, but he did not commit to any specific demand. And it initially appeared as though finding justice for Stevie was going to be a fight. On March 20th, Hartford Police Union President Sergeant James Rutkowski made his position public, and I'm sure you can already guess what he had to say about the shooting.
Rutkowski says Magnano was well within his right to shoot.
No, okay, right there. That's ridiculous. You roll up, you don't de-escalate, you escalate the situation. In 30 seconds, the other 3 officers have it coming down, right? They have it maintained. Yes, the one guy he tased him, but nothing happened. He tried to bring it down that way. But the idea that he's in his, how can you say that? We can all see what happened. Like, legally, the guy was a threat with a weapon, but come on, like, there's no using your judgment that's not accounted for. Like, you couldn't just take 3 steps back real fast and be away from Stevie. You couldn't just hit him real hard in the face with a snowball and he would drop the knife. Like, come on.
That Jones was walking towards Magnano with a knife after being told to drop it 62 times.
Everybody thinks that he just popped in there in 30 seconds and made a decision.
He did.
He was aware that the taser didn't work. He was aware that they were telling him to drop the knife and he wasn't, that the scene wasn't contained.
Are there any other non-lethal
Contained, you mean dead? Like, you could have got a beanbag gun. You could have maced him. There's many options. You could have even hit him with a door prize, roll up and hit him with the passenger door, knock him down. There's a lot of things you could have done. A lot of things. If that's all you can do, then why do we want the police? I can do that myself. So you're going to just do what the person could have done themselves? Like, what help are you to anybody?
Uses of force that could have been used in this situation.
Beanbag gun.
No, because it's a lethal encounter.
Oh,
For mental
off.
health,
Fuck off.
I don't have the answer to that algorithm.
Fuck
but
off.
if you don't want us there, I would be more than happy not to go.
On March 26th, Stephen Jones was laid to rest in Bloomfield with his community by his side. But the funeral procession was more than just a celebration of Stephen's life. It was also a call to action.
Mental health is an epidemic in America.
Yep.
When we call
100%.
911 like
every day, every
Audrey
day?
did,
100%.
we expect a helping hand, not 9 bullets in his body.
The following day, which just so happened to be Officer Magnano's last day on his probationary period with the Hartford Police.
So a rookie cop to boot. So that's how he's just going to react. Like, no, woosah. It's just, I'm reloaded.
Police Department, the mayor decided to fire him. And as you can imagine, this drew quite the response from the police union president, Sergeant Rudkowski, and he made a statement that same day.
This is a tragedy of justice and process. Our mayor caved to political pressure. He is a coward. He is...
Your officer shot a handicapped dude 9 times. You could just trip him. Like, what are you talking about? We're not talking about, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything here. We're not talking about a person who's fully loaded. We're talking about a mentally unwell person who has a handicap, who's morbidly obese. And, like, the mayor's a coward for firing the officer. So then one of the other 3 officers also cowards for not firing before that guy rolled up. Like, accountability matters.
Is devoid of any semblance of leadership or manhood.
Wow.
There are dark times coming.
Wow.
In that same time frame, more new information came to light. And it's something that once you hear it, it sort of reframes the entire interaction.
And we are also learning from the body cameras, not every officer on scene had a taser, including the one who shot Jones.
Officer Jacqueline Torres arrives on scene. She's looking to see if there are other tasers to use on Jones.
Do we have another taser?
Can you drop it for me, Steve?
Do we have anyone else with a taser?
Including asking Officer Joseph Magnano, who eventually shot at Jones 9 times.
Do you have a taser? Do you have a taser?
Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
Do you have a taser?
No, drop the knife. Drop the knife.
We asked Mayor Arunan Arulampalam about the lack of tasers on scene Friday.
The fact that a taser was deployed multiple times and didn't seem to have an effect on the victim, it leads me to wonder whether additional tasers would have been successful.
You would have had to hit him somewhere where he's not so thick, like in the back, in like a shoulder or something, to get the current going. But if you shoot a whale with a harpoon, and the harpoon's electrified, and you only hit it in the blubber, nothing's going to happen. So you would have had to hit him somewhere where the meat, right, where the current goes through.
Regardless, it should be an option.
Officer Magnano did not have a taser when he responded to the call. So the non-lethal options he had available to him were limited at best. And look, a taser is not a guarantee, and there's no legal requirement for an officer to use a taser before they use their firearm, but it is a tool that exists specifically for close contact situations with a person who has not yet attacked anyone, where fellow officers are on the scene, and in a space where the whole situation had been pretty contained for several minutes.
Look, that one officer walked close. He's in striking distance of Stevie, but he's not worried in the least. Like, this is not what you consider a threat. But if you're a coward and you get all jumpy, like the idea, you could have just stepped back quickly. You know what I mean? Like, you also, 9 of them, 9.
minutes before he actually arrived. And the question of why Officer Magnano had no taser has still not been publicly answered. As of today, no criminal charges have been filed against either of these officers, and both of the OIG investigations remain ongoing, with Clifford at least still having his job. Now bear in mind that this is a story that is still developing. I'll be making an update episode once some meaningful things have happened, but I wanted to get on this story immediately so that we could follow it as it develops for a change. As of right now, Stephen's family is poised to file a lawsuit with the help of Ben Crump. And this is just the first chapter of what will likely be a very long and treacherous story.
That is the type of policing everybody hates. That's the type of anything everybody hates. Incompetence, and lethal incompetence at that. Those three other officers had that situation contained. I assume the other officer they want fired is the tasing officer. That officer, again, non-lethal, isn't required to do it. I agree 100% doing it, but don't do it in the fat of a fat person. It's just the truth. It's not going to do anything. But this is why people hate the police. Because they literally showed up, ended a person's life, didn't help at all, and then that guy's like, no, he's in the right. He had all the reason to shoot him. Nothing, like the other officer walked within like 8 feet of, okay, he almost could have just like reached out and knocked it down if they still had batons, you know what I mean? Just knock it to the ground. But instead, well, it's not a young man, but a man lost his life because he was having a bad day. He was never fully there, and that cop clearly was never fully there and decided to empty 9 shots into him at like 8 feet, 10 feet, maybe 15 feet because, you know, videos are often deceiving on the distance. Rest in peace, Stevie. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you agree. Tell me you disagree. Tell me what you think they should have done in that situation. I think they should have just tased him again or tackled him. The officers, that could be a murder charge. I'm out.